Here we go. So today we're going to deal with measuring angles. What is an angle? Somebody tell me what an angle is. What is an angle? Does this make an angle? Yes. If it connects, but does that make an angle? Yes. What is an angle really just saying? I have two rays that meet at a point. This point we call a vertex. Okay? And then we'll go through the angle. So an angle is just two rays meeting at a point. So an angle is a figure formed by two rays or sides with a common endpoint called the, what's that endpoint? Vertex. Okay, today we've got a picture of three angles on the bottom. Let's circle the vertexes. The vertex in the first one is letter B. Vertex in the second one, tricky, but it's still letter R, and the third, E. Okay? If I were going to classify these angles, okay, as far as acute, obtuse, right, or straight, what type of angle do I have in the first one? It's acute, it's less than 90. What about the middle? Straight, because it equals 180. And then what about the right one? Right. Because it's on the right, obviously. Hey, how do they tell you it's a right angle? They give you a box in it that tells you it's 90 degrees, right? Okay. Now, the next thing we need to learn in here is how we name angles. Let me teach you the easiest way in naming angles. First, you have to start with an angle sign, okay? Almost looks like a less than, greater than sign, but it's flat on the bottom. So we start with that angle sign. And then the most important thing is that B, your vertex, is in the middle. Okay? So, then I just label my 3 points. A, B, C. Does everybody see how I label that? Okay? What's another way of naming this angle? CBA. But again, what's the most important? Vertex has to be in the middle. Okay, name the next two angles. We should have angle SRT or TRS, and finally angle LEX or angle XEL. Okay? Everybody got that? We should be good. That's how we name angles. Moving on. This is what we're going to deal with. The set of all points between the sides of an angle is the blank of an angle. Here's what they're talking about. I've got this angle. What are all the points inside of those two sides referred to as? All of these points we're going to call the interior. Okay, meaning the inside. That is the interior. So, if that's the interior, then what do you think the outside is going to be called? Exterior. Okay, so all the points outside the angle, exterior, all the points inside, interior. Okay, moving on. Farmer Brown is thinking about putting a windmill at point T. Okay, so here's T. He's going to put a windmill. Got me? There's his little windmill. It's going to be great. He's going to get a lot of wind. Okay? Now, he wants to name all the possible angles made by the location of the windmill. What I want you to do now, I'll make it really bright so you can see. I want you to name all of these angles. Okay? Go ahead and spend some time. I want you to name as many angles as possible. Okay.